Hey YouTube, it's ICU, and with the Galaxy S5 scheduled to be released on April 11th, I decided to create this video to showcase Samsung's upcoming flagship smartphone's fingerprint scanner and compare it against that of Apple's iPhone 5S's. First, before I begin, I wanted to say that I'll be releasing a number of Galaxy S5 videos, and I'm considering giving an unlocked one away to one of my viewers. So if you're interested and you want to make it happen, just be sure to rate this video up and leave a comment down below in the comment section, which will essentially count as an entry. Also, be sure to share this video. And now, without any further ado, let's start by taking a look at the iPhone 5S's fingerprint scanner, dubbed Touch ID. Now, to enroll new fingerprints on pre-iOS 7.1 firmwares, which was Apple's latest release that makes Touch ID settings more accessible, open Settings followed by General and then tap Touch ID and Passcode. Once authenticated, tap Touch ID again and you can start enrolling new fingerprints, as well as allow Touch ID to both unlock your device and confirm iTunes and App Store purchases. Now, the way Apple has fingerprint scanning set up is incredibly simple. Just lift your finger up and place it on the home button repeatedly. Clicking the button won't exit settings, but simply remind you that pushing the button isn't necessary. And once this step is complete, it moves on to adjusting your grip and placing your finger on the button again repeatedly. This is to ensure that the device will recognize your finger when placed on the scanner in various orientations. Once complete, you can continue to add new fingerprints up to a maximum of 5, or you can remove already set fingerprints and even rename current ones for future reference. Next, let's enroll a fingerprint on the Galaxy S5, which is also extremely simple. Tap into Settings followed by Fingerprint Scanner under Quick Settings. And if you already have it set up, simply swipe starting from the touch screen over the button with the fingerprint that's enlisted to edit, remove, or add other fingerprints. When enrolling a new fingerprint, you'll notice that the process is fundamentally different than that of the iPhone 5S. On the Galaxy S5, you're required to slightly touch above the home button and then swipe your finger down and over it. I also found that you must swipe directly over the button, otherwise it won't register your swipe. The same thing goes for covering the majority of the button. If your fingers are too small, you'll have a hard time completing this with even an index finger. Most will likely resort to enrolling their thumbs. The swiping process is done and repeated for a total of 8 times for each fingerprint, and once complete, you'll need to set the unlock security method to fingerprint. Both the iPhone 5S and the Galaxy S5 require that you have a traditional backup passcode or password set for obvious reasons. Now, on the S5, when it works, it really works well. However, it seems like it's sort of hit or miss unless you swipe directly over the center of the button, covering most of it with your finger. Moreover, because you have to swipe starting from the bottom of the touch screen, it makes the process nearly impossible with one hand. It would be fine and easily doable, except for the fact that, again, fingers must be swiped dead center. With that said, it's certainly more convenient than a password and faster than even a pattern. Most will probably be fine using 2 hands and swiping directly over the button. But it can make for an awkward experience in real-world applications where you only have one hand available. As for the iPhone 5S, because the device essentially captures multiple scans of your finger in various positions, you can literally unlock it from any orientation, including upside down, left, right, or diagonally. It doesn't matter. It will almost always recognize your finger, as long as you're scanning the portion that you set up during the enroll process. It makes using it in everyday situations extremely simple. Furthermore, if your iPhone is jailbroken, you can install a tweak that not only allows you to unlock it without even having to press the button to wake up the device first, instead simply placing your finger on the button, but it also brings up multitasking when your finger is placed and held on the button without physically clicking it. As an alternate advantage, the S5 can use fingerprints to secure payments through PayPal, which is extremely cool, and it just shows that fingerprints can really be used in lieu of passwords for just about anything, especially considering that they're 100% unique and that the data for both phones is said to be encrypted and stored locally. For both devices, if too many failed attempts are made, you'll be required to input your actual passcode to re-enable fingerprint scanning for the next unlock. And while I tried to scan and unlock the S5 and the iPhone 5S simultaneously, it just wasn't happening due to the peculiar way it's set up on the S5. Alright, and that's it for this video. Stay tuned for additional coverage on the Galaxy S5, and again, if you're interested in me hosting a new S5 giveaway, just be sure to like this video and leave a comment as an entry. I'll also have a link below to purchase the Galaxy S5 at a slightly cheaper rate, however it can fluctuate, so act fast. Also, of course, just be sure to subscribe if you aren't already, and if you own an iOS device and you're interested in earning free paid iOS apps from Apple's App Store while simultaneously supporting developers, just be sure to download Free App Life by visiting freeapplife.com or bit.ly/getfreeapplife. After it's downloaded, simply install sponsored apps for points and then redeem said points for various prizes, again, such as paid application codes or gift cards. Alright, and if you guys want to be updated more often, such as when I release new videos covering the Galaxy S5, simply like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And until next time, this is ICU, signing out.